Hi, my name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to Sassy Seer Sheila and New Light Streaming Love, as this will be seen on both channels. This is by someone new that just came into my field last night. He is a public figure. This has been published on Facebook, and I will be putting a link to his page in the Show More section of this video. It is Mark A. Shryock, and this is When the Map Breaks: What Systems Theory, Spiritual Emergency, and 40 Years of Mystical Practice tells us about where we are right now. And it begins, I have written two versions of what I came to. One is academic, as if I was presenting a paper at a symposium. I will be recording that one next. This is the other one. This is the plain language version. Here is what I am seeing. The world's systems are so unstable, so close to collapse. They are becoming unreadable by systems analytics. We look to systems and analysis to try to make sense of what is happening and the world we are in. And we all do this. Seeking answers to feel safe, to know the next step, to make sure we and our sons and daughters are safe, that tomorrow something will not go bad. There are models for things moving from one form to another. My favorites, psychologically and spiritually, are Carl Jung, James Hillman, Thomas More, and Stan Grof's writings. They gave me the words to understand what was happening to me as my consciousness changed throughout my life. If 2/3 of humanity is going to go through some form of spiritual emergency, and at a much faster pace and a safer pace, because the world vibration now matches that change, unlike me and some of the people reading this who went through it in the 80s and spent a lifetime journey afterwards, we can sort of speculate what that might mean. Most of us who went through it early tried to study what we were experiencing, whether through academia or a lifetime of co-creating with it and observation. We are at a place where I think focusing on journalism is becoming quickly a path that might make us feel safer, but at the same time is just walking in circles so fast we begin to spin. Here is what I know on the present timeline we are on. Trump will not finish his term. Vance will become president, but likely will not finish his term either. As everything falls, by June and July, the supplies will become so unstable that things become hard to get. By 2027, the collapse is undeniable. This will be the last summer to go online and purchase medicinal plants and so forth. We are out of time. This was not the article I planned to write, but this morning it is the one that came. I cannot begin to tell you the sadness I feel in my heart when I tell people I love this and who are near to me, and I watch their eyes glaze over, and I know they will do nothing to prepare until it is far too late. Many of you came just for the journalism. I get it. Many of you will think, well, this guy is an idiot. Since I was a child and trees would talk to me, I knew this hour was coming. I have had some of the most profound mystical experiences any human has had and studied all of it. from every angle I could and tramped the world for gurus and mystics, the greatest journalists, world leaders, artists, and stories to try to hold part of their wisdom. I had all of this, and even still, I would ask why, and even, am I crazy? Am I wrong? And the cry we all make at some point, let the hour pass from me. But I am not wrong. And now daily I am watching it happen at a pace that stuns me, despite all I know. I do not know how to reach some of you to hear what I am saying. Prepare now. Build your community. And I cannot judge you for not. I understand all too well. But for those of us that see this, find within yourself whatever you have to help your loved ones, yourself, and your community through this passage of one world to another. We will have 2 years at least of collapse. By 2030, we will be on the other side. This is not an apocalyptic zombie end of the world, but instead the birth of a new world so beautiful none of us can yet imagine it, any more than a goldfish in a bowl can imagine the ocean. If you are reading these words, there is a reason. You are one of the people who agreed before you were ever born to be one of the people that helps 2/3 of humanity cross the bridge from the old narcissistic world to a heart-centered world. Many of you are already feeling this physically and emotionally, as there are very intense changes that occur very rapidly now as you move into this new light. And again, I have written volumes on this, but be careful of any guide who tells you it is about being peaceful all the time and leaving all your bad parts behind. I cannot stress enough that the word holy means whole. All that you are, exactly what the rest of us need from you to get through this hour together. I could not agree more. The greatest gift we can give each other is to be vulnerable and say, I am not perfect, but I have hot soup, a tomato I grew, and a cup of tea. Sit with me by this fire and let us share. That is how we must go through this. And at the bottom of this, it does say it is copyrighted Mark A. Shryock and may be shared with attribution, which is what this is. And as I said, I will be putting a link to his page in the show more section of this video. And I highly recommend you go and give him a follow. I haven't taken the time to really peruse his page much. I only read this and the next one that I'll be recording, but I will be doing that as I go through. And perhaps I can get him to come and have a conscious conversation with me to share with all of you. So until we meet again, I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy. I mean, honestly, in light of all of this, what if what brings you joy is exactly what is required for what comes next? We really just don't know. And by moving towards that and developing that, you're moving towards what your intuition brings to you. That's exactly what we have to do, in my view, from my perspective. Until we meet again, my friends, be well.